On a very quiet night, far, far away from any land, a ship called the MT Mina was sailing on the deep, dark water. The world was so still and peaceful, and the only sound was the gentle shushing of the waves, almost like they were whispering a soft lullaby.
And you know, this story is especially for you, Jai and Gia. It's about your Abba and a night that was filled with pure magic.
Well, Abba was wondering that exact same thing. What do you think he saw way up there in the dark? Let's find out what secrets he discovered.
Our story starts with a moment that was so beautiful it took Abba's breath away.
He walked out into the cool night air, away from all the warm lights of the ship, and he tilted his head all the way back to get a good look at the sky.
His eyes grew wide and his mouth made a little ooh of surprise. He simply couldn't believe what he was seeing.
He whispered this just to himself. He was so amazed. Really, there were more stars than he had ever seen in his entire life.
And it was true. Imagine the softest, darkest black blanket, and then imagine someone sprinkled millions of tiny, sparkling diamonds all over it. That's what the sky looked like.
Abba was just full of wonder, but he was about to learn that the stars weren't just beautiful, they were also wise old guides.
So Abba asked the captain, how can anyone find their way with just a map of lights? It looked like one giant, beautiful, sparkly puzzle.
Well, the ship's captain told him that one star is very special. It's called the North Star, and it stays in the very same spot all night long. It's like a steady, shining promise that sailors can always count on to find their way back home. And when Abba looked through the captain's big brass telescope, he saw it. Can you guess what it looked like? It wasn't the biggest or the brightest star, but it shone with this calm, strong light, like a little pulse of hope in the great big darkness.
Abba wanted to remember everything he was learning, and he knew exactly what to do.
He started to draw the shapes the stars made in the sky. He drew the great hunter, Orion, with his belt of 3 bright stars in a row. And then he drew the queen, Cassiopeia, sitting on her royal throne. He was drawing the stories of the night.
Right next to one of his drawings, Abba wrote down that thought. It made him realize that you don't have to be the biggest or the brightest to be really important and to help others.
Abba learned that for thousands and thousands of years, people all over the world, people just like you and me, have looked up at those very same stars and seen pictures of heroes and animals and queens. The stars connect all of us through their stories.
And just when Abba thought the night couldn't possibly get any more magical, something amazing happened.
A bright streak of light zipped across the sky. It was a shooting star, and it was gone in just the blink of an eye. Abba quickly squeezed his eyes shut and made a secret wish. He didn't wish for toys or for yummy treats. No, he wished for something he could keep inside his heart forever, to always be brave enough to explore and curious enough to keep learning. What would you wish for on a shooting star?
Before he went to sleep that night, Abba wrote about his adventure, and his words hold a very special message, just for you.
He realized that every single star was shining its own special light, and altogether they lit up the whole sky. They didn't have to try to be anything else. Just being themselves was enough to make the world brighter. And that's the big secret Abba learned that night. The whole world, the whole universe, is just filled with beautiful lights.
There are the twinkling stars, way, way up in the sky. But there's also a special kind of light that each one of us has, shining right inside our own hearts. You have one, and you have one too. So whenever you feel a little lost or maybe a little unsure, just remember Abba's story. Look up at the stars, and then listen very quietly to that brave, curious light inside of you. It's always there to help guide you.
Just like that little North Star, your light is a promise. It's strong, and it's so important. And by sharing your kindness and your wonder, you can be a guide for everyone around you. And that was the wonderful secret Abba learned on the night of 1,000 stars.